Yeah, guys, see that? Yep. This is what I'm going to use nowadays to whatever I'm reviewing, either a video game or a movie. Just saying, so it can help, so you guys won't be confused of what are you doing with your hands. Just saying. What is up, you guys? This is Boss Boy, the Winking here, and welcome to Boss Reviews, where we talk about movies, video games, and whatever the heck I want to talk about. And I know what you're seeing is a fidget spinner, cause I don't know if the clip's gonna go up or anything, but I'm just having this so y'all won't be like, why are you doing this to your hands? And yeah, and today I'm going to be reviewing the third installment of this Cars franchise, or as now it's become a trilogy. This I'm going to be reviewing Cars 3, and I know what you guys thinking. Man, why not War for the Planet of the Apes? Or why not Transformers: The Last Night? Or why not Baby Driver? Or why not any of those movies? Or why not Despicable Me 3? Well, you guys, I have to go with a friend, and that I have to go to a group of friends to watch this movie because because we were planning to see it in the morning, because you know how morning tickets how morning tickets in the movie theaters nowadays are cheaper than the ones in the afternoon. Yeah, we have to go there, and yeah. And now going to this movie, I wasn't like, I don't know, I was a little too worried and a little too excited to watch it because Cars 2 was, or actually, let me go back. First time I watched Cars 1 was when I was like 6 or something. Cars 1 was pretty incredible. I really liked it. And plus I was even 6 at the time, and I knew it was good. But then came Cars 2, which, I don't know, I felt kind of stupid at that time because 11 years old, I used to think that everything that comes out from some marketing standpoint or something is good. But then, well, 11 years old, like, to point of view now and the point of view of me when I was 11 years old, 11-year-old me liked it. But then when it came to the years and years passing by, I started to think, oh, I can see why. And now here we are in the third installment of this Cars trilogy. And after seeing this movie, I gotta say this is actually okay. Not bad or anything, it's just okay. I really enjoyed everything from this movie and stuff. And I know I could have watched this like straight after going to the movie theaters, but it was in the morning and I had to do stuff, and now here we are. So the plot of this movie is basically Lightning McQueen. He's getting old, and he's been racing for a very, very long time, and that when that's happening, all of a sudden this new technology that changes racing forever is starting to change everything and stuff. And so when that's happening, we start to see these new racers that are replacing the old racers, and along with those new racers comes the antagonist, the antagonist of this movie, Jackson Storm, played by Armie Hammer. And so when that happens, Lightning McQueen is determined to change, and with that change, he's also going back to what made him like great in the first one, and with the help of a little bit of Doc Hudson, which I was surprised that that they had the Doc Hudson character important in this one, because his voice actor, I heard, was dead. And I don't know, I think that's kind of a little, I don't know, just, I really don't know. And yeah, that's the plot of the movie. And now, what did I think about this movie? This movie was okay, as I already said. And now, let's talk about what. Golly. Drop my fidget spinner. And I know in the comments are gonna be like, is that a real or fake fidget spinner? It's real. It's just that the reason why it's going a little slow is just that I dropped it, and man, why am I sounding like that? It's just that I dropped it, and it's becoming like that. And yeah. And so now to talk about what I do like in this movie. What I do like in this movie is that it does go back to what made Cars 1 great. Is that it's the racing and it's the racing part of the movie, which in Cars 2, it throws everything away about Cars 1 and stuff, and and it focused more on Spy and more on Mater than Lightning McQueen, which, oh my gosh, Mater, why? And speaking about Mater, Mater is not he's a little funny in this one, but he doesn't appear that much, in which that's great because he was so annoying in Cars 2. Oh yeah, and speaking of Cars 2, in this movie they never mentioned anything about Cars 2 except for a race, some racer that was racing in the Florida Cup, in the Florida Cup in this movie of where of its final place in the movie and stuff. And so I'm glad that they didn't bring up any sorry. I'm glad that they didn't bring anything up about Cars 2, because Cars 2 was crap. If I had to judge it right now, I would just give it a 3 or a 3 out of 10 on Cars 2. And yeah, what else do? Oh yeah, another thing that I like about this movie is that it does add a little bit of weight and emotion in this movie, cause I don't know, this movie nearly almost made me cry in Cars. and that's basically the key thing of what made these Pixar movies so great is the emotion and connection. But but in this movie it does get the emotion right, but the connection, there is a character that we kind of that people kind of connect with, and that is Cruz. That's the trainer character named Cruz Ramirez, in which I kind of liked her. She was an okay character and stuff. And now let's talk about the flaws, in which the thing I'm gonna say is not quite a flaw. It's just, I don't know, it's quite misleading, and that's basically in the final race in the movie, Cruz Ramirez, instead of Lightning McQueen as it was marketed as Lightning McQueen will race in the final race of this movie. It's instead Cruz Ramirez, in which I did not see that coming, and in which they in this one they kind of did it right with which in the promotion trailer for this movie, it's told that Lightning McQueen would just race in the final race, but when you watch it, it's actually Cruz Ramirez racing in the final race. And yeah, now this is a little issue that I had with some anime movies that I keep seeing lately, actually last year, since I saw Sing last year, which the trailer and everything was kind of a little misleading and stuff, and this is the same thing here. And yeah, another flaw that I didn't like was just I don't know, I think that the jokes that they were attempting in this movie was kind of a little funny, and that's kind of a little problem in this movie, is that half the jokes in here aren't that funny, and And like I just remember like just seeing in a theater that just only one or two, three or two chuckles, and that's it. And yeah, what else do I have to say? What else do I have to say? Well, I try to think. I think that's pretty much it. I gotta say about this movie. Overall, this is an okay movie. Like anyone who's a fan of this trilogy, like I am, like I'm mostly a fan of the first Cars. Second Cars, like gotta see as a guilty pleasure. Like, well, actually, when I said I would give this a 3 out of 10 on Cars 2. I was actually like saying like if I was like a serious like reviewer or something, but if I was reviewing it as like a guilty pleasure, then I would just give it like a 7 out of 10. And which that reminds me, I'm feeling for this movie, I am feeling a 7 out of 10 on this movie. Would recommend anyone recommend anyone who wants to see it, and would recommend children to see it since I gotta say when I saw this today, there was like a whole bunch of children, and hardly whenever I review a movie, I don't say my theater experiences. I would say my theater experience while watching this was just, oh my gosh, it's just that when I was watching this, holy crap! Like there was this one kid that was crying and stuff, and oh my gosh, I couldn't even like, and plus half of the parts I couldn't even listen, and that's why I made this like review a little short. And also another thing that I had like a problem while watching this was just someone had their their phone like camera like light, like man, it was flashing the whole time, and I was like, what the heck? And then wow. So yeah, I just gave y'all like a mini rant on my on this review, and yeah, overall I'm feeling 7 out of 10 on this one. And yeah, I think that's it for the review. If you like this video, please give this video a like, and as always, comment down below and let me know what you want to see next. And as always, if you like what you see here and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And also, oh yeah, actually, yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Oh, not really. I was gonna say the giveaway winner, but nah. This is BossBoyTheWinKing here, and also follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. And yeah, this is BossBoyTheWinKing here. Bye, peace, and deuces.